Molly here from Your Past is a Gift. Now, I was going to wrap up with the last video and then I had a thought. Okay, and I thought I'll make one more video because when I turned 12, okay, I got my periods. Now, honestly, as a human being, I don't think there should be any topics that can't be talked about, especially if it's going to be something like periods, okay, or menstruation, whatever you want to call it, that is a natural process of life, right? This is what all women go through. And the reason I wanted to put together this video was because at 12, I got my periods and I didn't know anything about it. My parents had never sat me down to talk about periods, menstruation, sex, anything to do with the natural order of life. Okay, so I'm here today because with all these videos, I just want to make it a natural subject. You know, my 5-year-old sees me with my pads all the time, you know, covered in blood. It's a natural thing. It's not icky, it's not yucky, it's what we go through. The body cleans itself out. Okay, we don't need to make it a yucky subject. It just is. It's life, okay? And because of our periods is that we can have children. Okay, it's because of this ovulation period. The egg comes out, it doesn't get, you know, inseminated, it doesn't get fertilized. The body chucks it out. That's just what periods are, okay? So what happened was at 12, I got my first period and I'm sitting in the bathroom and I'm bleeding. And I'm freaking out at 12 thinking I'm dying. The year before, I'd had my appendix taken out and I honestly thought I was bleeding internally and I was dying at 12 and I'm freaking out and I'm too scared to come out and tell my parents that this is all going on, right? And it was just my parents were too embarrassed. They didn't know how to approach the subject of, you know, what goes on. And I could have been in that toilet an hour. I don't know how long I was in there until someone knocked on the door and I couldn't stop crying because I'm thinking I'm dying on this toilet, you know. And I didn't want to come out of the bathroom. I just thought there's something wrong with me. There's something terribly wrong. And I was too scared to tell anyone. I was too scared to say anything. I didn't know what to do, you know. So I don't want that to happen to anyone else. It's not necessary. You know, so if your parents are too embarrassed, or too shy, too whatever to talk about, you know, if you're a girl, if you're a boy, you don't have to worry. It's not going to happen to you. Okay, you're going to have different issues and that's fine, but you're not going to wake up one day and you're going to be covered in, you know, you're going to have all this blood coming out of you and you're going to be freaking out that there shouldn't be blood coming out of there. Okay, so for all you girls out there still young that haven't had periods yet, if you've had them, you already know what you're in for. Okay, it's not for you. But for those of you who have not had it, you know, and if something happens to me and my little one spends a few years and she's, you know, not seeing me all the time, going through my periods and throwing out all these things. And funny because for her it was kind of at the time where she was still in her nappies when she experienced it the first time. And so I'd always call them my nappies. You know, our mummy has to wear nappies for a few days and she'd see them, I'd show her, you know, that there's blood on them. And she'd be like, oh, because kids, you know, they don't get into their head that something is wrong or right unless we make it a big deal that it's terribly wrong to talk about that, you know, or it's terribly wrong to have that discussion. That they don't know any different. If you make it that it's a natural thing, because it is a natural thing, it's part of life to have these periods, okay, and it's messy. Life is messy, you know. Nappies with poo in them and nappies with wee in them is messy. You know, when you go through the whole toddler stage with your babies and you've got to be cleaning up all this mucky stuff. And the funny thing is that when you get old, the same's going to happen, because for many of us, we get to being really old and we have to wear nappies again. We can't hold it anymore. We can't, you know, our body starts to give in, it starts to give up. And you end up having to wear nappies again. And so old people need to be cleaned up as well. in the same way that you would a toddler. You know, it's just life. It's not the end of the world to discuss natural things that are going to happen to us. Okay, so please, for you girls out there, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I was 12 when I got mine, but I do know, you know, talking to other girls, some got them at 10, others got them at 14. That's fine. It doesn't matter when you're going to get them. Just be aware that at some point in your life, okay, you're going to start bleeding down there where you normally do your wee, down in that area, blood's going to start coming out. And usually runs, for some of us, it's 3 or 4 days to about a week. And you get them, if you're regular, you'll get them every month. And it's just the body cleaning itself out. Okay, it's no big deal. You don't have to make a big drama about it. It's a normal process. All girls have it. All women have it. So it helps us to have babies. And that's all it is. It doesn't have to be a big drama. Okay, or a subject that, oh, we can't talk about that. Okay, it's just blood. It's just the body cleaning itself out. It's chucking out all the yucky blood that it doesn't need in there. Okay? So, there you go. You have the information now, so you don't have to get to that age and freak out, you know, that you're dying. You won't be dying. It's normal. We're all going through it. We all have them every month. All right, my darlings? All right, remember to click like and subscribe below so you don't miss any of the messages. Mwah! To all you girls out there. Hey, look, it's icky, it's yucky. I'm not saying, you know, you get cramps, you feel yucky for those few days that you have them. But on the plus side, looking at the benefits of it, we get to have children. You know, and I think, for the most part, I always think of it like that's preparing us for that moment, you know, having to go through this every month, having the pain of it and the ickiness of it. Because when you have babies, everything's icky. You know, they vomit, it's icky. And the poo, and the nappy, it's icky. Everything's icky. Everything's yucky. So we're already used to it. We have to deal with it every month, you know? And for the most part, when I was pregnant with my little one, I had such a beautiful pregnancy, you know, and throughout the whole thing, I felt bad for my husband. Honestly, with my hand on my heart, I felt so bad that he would never know what it felt like to have this beautiful creature growing inside of you and feeling it move and feeling it grow every day. This relationship that you form with your baby is so beautiful. And men will never know what that feels like. You know, so yeah, it's yucky, but you know, you get to have this beautiful experience later that you can create life inside of your own body. And nothing can top that ever in your life. I promise you that. It's the most amazing feeling. You can create life. Think about it. It's like, it's mind-blowing. You know? Yeah. All right, my darlings. Remember to share the videos, because you never know whose life this might turn around today, or who needs to hear this. You know, their parents are too embarrassed to talk to them about natural things like periods. So please pass them on to all your teenage friends if they haven't had them yet, or, you know, early school, you know, the late school years where you're 10, 11, 12. It's better to know that these things are going to happen to you and that it's a natural part of life. It just is. All right, my darlings. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye for now.